Amen. Damn it, it didn't work. We're still poor. Peter, every month our savings get smaller and smaller. We really gotta figure out a better way to budget for this family's future.
Bitcoin.
What?
I don't know.
Oh shit, I'm late. Oh crap. Hey guys, how's everything going? Hope you guys are doing alright. Alright. Today is Happy Hump Day. Today is Wednesday, November 7th, 2018. The day after the election. So, I don't know if you guys are aware, but last night there was like this big election out here in the U.S. Not out here. I'm not in the U.S. I'm in Mexico now, but in the U.S. Yeah, right. Who knows where I am? Out here in the U.S. Out in the U.S. The elections just finished off last night, and we woke up this morning and. Even though we kind of knew what happened, big red tide, this morning we woke up and yeah, it was pretty much confirmed. It seems like the president has not only won Congress, but a good majority of the House. He still doesn't have the majority of the House. The House is now majority Democrat, but it doesn't matter. He has Congress and a bunch of, it seems like, you know, people on his side. I was just watching his press conference. He seems very happy. So right now, what we're gonna do today with today's episode is just kind of like a recap of what happened last night, where we're at now, where we're at right now, okay, where it pertains to the crypto markets, where it pertains to our daily lives and all that shit, and where we're gonna go forward from here, okay, now that we have the results for the most part. So if you're looking at, let's just start off with the markets, okay? If you're looking at the stock market, it's up. We're back to like, on the Dow, we're back to like pretty much 26,000 points, okay? You know, we're on our way, we're well on our way to regaining everything we lost in October. We're already like about halfway there, okay? And remember, they were telling you, don't buy the dip. Don't buy the dip. It's gonna keep going down, and well, the opposite is true. It's going to keep going up, like I keep telling you guys, like Gregory Mannarino, like a bunch of other people keep saying, we're going up. We're going to continue going up until we don't. And there you go. The proof is in the pudding. What else? I had a few notes. Hold on a second. Where are my notes? That's right. Okay, sorry. I have my computer over there. So, also, we found out that the SWIFT system, oh man, I gotta do my own lighting here. Look at this. Okay, we found out the SWIFT system is gonna comply with U.S. sanctions and not, not deal with Iran, which is something we already knew was gonna happen. But now we're hearing that Brussels, aka Germany, the banks out there are not happy with that decision because, again, they themselves are still continuing to do business with Iran. And again, remember what I keep telling you guys, and we keep talking about, everyone's de-dollarizing. People like, again, in the past, Germany would never in a million years think about going around U.S. sanctions. But because of this president and how things are going, Trump has forced Germany to not comply with U.S. or UN sanctions and go and do business with Iran no matter what. So, you follow me? And again, now Germany, is pretty mad that SWIFT. I mean, even though they knew that this was going to happen anyway, but that the SWIFT system is still, complying with the U.S. But again, it doesn't matter. This is why Germany is making, and that region of the world is creating their own SWIFT system. China has their own SWIFT system. Russia has their own SWIFT system, and we're going to see that happening throughout. Okay, that's just that. So now to recap on what this means, on the presidency and what this means going forward with everything. Look, now that he has less to, again, from what we're going to see, I think this is how it's going to go. We're going to be seeing a lot less roadblocks for him to do what he wants to do or needs to do. And what is he going to do? He's going to be spending into oblivion. Spend. And again, right now, remember, with everything that's happening with the de-dollarization of the world, if the president does not find a way to put all this money to work by spending it, then that money has to go into the economy. And once it goes into the economy, sure, it'll be great for a little bit of time for the individual, but what's really going to happen is that in the long run, in the short time, long run, you know what I mean, short time period, man, dark real quick, huh? In the short time, it's not going to be worth anything because it's going to hyperinflate, because there's going to be too many dollar bills. What the fuck is going on out there? Jesus, fucking Big Bertha's out there bringing in the groceries. Shout out to anyone. See, she heard me. And shout out to anyone that gets that reference from one of my old videos. I'll leave it there. So, what's going to happen now is that, well, first of all, what's going to happen is that we're going to go into hyperinflation. So, whether the hyperinflation is happening right now. Remember, we're not going to crash until we do. Once we crash, it's all going to come down, and then it's going to start going right back up to where it was. We're not going to, and only it's going to go, just, if you saw how much money was printed, from 2008 to 2018, well, times that, times 100 or more, and that's what's going to happen from 2018 going forward. And it's not going to be to 2028. We're not even going to get to halfway point until it implodes, and that's the hyperinflation, and that's what's going to happen. So we got to go through that. So once this crash happens, it's going to be bailout, bailout, bailout. Everyone's going to be fine. We might not even feel this. I'm telling you, I know it's going to sound crazy, but we might not even really feel it. And he's going to print us out of it and print into oblivion until there's no more dollar to be had. And so what's he going to do? Well, he's already talked about it. The Space Force. He's the whole thing with building more infrastructure, building more, what else? Yeah, he said he was going to rebuild the infrastructure. He said he's going to build the Space Force. He said he's going to just reinvest it within the US. Okay? So let's see what happens, all right? Let's just see what happens. Maybe once the whole crash happens, he would have a way to get the people to get on his side, to therefore institute a U.S. bank and kick out the central banks. But we don't know yet. But I don't think that we're going to get there overnight. I think we're going to have to hyperinflate the whole dollar before we get there. You follow me? So by him winning and by what's going on right there, it just literally showed me, and he's telling us right now where we're going and what's going to happen with all this. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this whole thing really develops. Okay? And if you're invested correctly, then you should be totally fine. So, speaking of which, now let's talk about that for 1 second. Looking at Bitcoin and cryptos, they're back up. Gold and silver, I think they're up. It doesn't matter. You're looking at the Dow, the stock market's going up. The bonds, they're going up. Okay? Dollar going down. What does it mean when the dollar goes down? Nothing. The dollar is worth less, and so since it's worth less, you get to buy more with it. So that's why they every time that they need to buy a lot of stuff, so anytime that they need to rally the stock market, buy a lot of bonds, and so on and so forth, they weaken the dollar. And that's what they do. So you know, right now what we're seeing is that we're just like, again, whether you want to admit it to yourself or not, whether you want to, I mean, it's it. You know, we're just going to be seeing a lot of hyperinflation. Again, they've talked about it more than once. I brought it up here more than once that we're going to get to 30K, okay, on the Dow. Once we get to 30K, give or take, then they're going to crash it all the way down and bring it down again about, like they were saying, about 65%. So that'll probably put it like around 14K, 13K on the Dow. Remember, we had to go from 30 to 13. And then from that point up, they're going to keep hyperinflating it until we get to 100K or more on the Dow. But don't be surprised if once we get to like 100K on the Dow, that's when the whole fucking system implodes upon itself. Meaning the dollar hyperinflates and the whole fucking, the dollar implodes and all that shit. At the beginning of the year, okay, just so you guys can get a little perspective, okay? There's a truck coming real quick. But just so you guys can get a little perspective on all this, okay? Every time that the Dow, remember, we were supposed to crash in late 2017. We're in late 2018, and we're still not crashed yet. When the system, when I thought the system was going to crash in 2017, was when Bitcoin got to 20K. Why? Because at that point, the Dow, I don't know what it was at, but it was definitely like 24 or 20 something K. So Bitcoin was all of a sudden getting to the same price as the Dow. What that indicated was the fact that something had to give. So what did they do? They were able to crash Bitcoin down. Usually that's not what they're able to do. And then, by the way, usually it's not even Bitcoin. Usually it's always gold. And when that happens, and they get to like the same exact price, there's a problem. Okay? And that's what happened. So they crashed it back down. You feel me? So don't be surprised as we see the rise in Bitcoin price. Okay? Eventually, remember, it has to even out, and same thing with gold. Back in the 80s, gold was at like around $800. The Dow was at 800 points. Okay? We're at 26,000 points. From 800 to 26,000 points. That's a lot of fucking points. In 30 years. Right? 30? 40 years. 30 something. Damn, I'm fucking old, man. Anyways, yeah. So just keep all that shit into perspective and keep all that stuff in mind, all right? So we're going to crash, and it's going to have a lot of stagflation, and then from there, it's going to fucking go into hyperinflation, and then that's it. It's over. And that's it. And why even though we've been talking about this as Americans for a very, very long time, well, it got dark quick. Even though we've been talking about this for a very long time, you know, about, you know, oh, the whole thing is going to crash, the whole system is going to crash, everything's going to crash, blah, blah, blah. And nothing has ever come to fruition. See, look, I got an auto. I think it's going to keep it too dark. Anyways, the whole thing with the dollar, you know, the currency has to fall for the whole thing to fall. And that's the thing. That's the key here. And so right now we are getting to that point. All right? And that's it. And now we have a new currency out. This one right here, here, fuck us. Okay? You know what I'm saying. And that's just throwing the huge monkey wrench into the whole picture. And that's it, guys. That's all I got to say about that. So, again, I think that this is the beginning of the bull run. And remember, I've already been talking about that. We're already in a little bit of a mini bull run, bull market. And so that's it. We're not only in a bull market, but that's it. You know what I mean? The bull run will come soon enough. Whether the bull market comes at the very end of the year or it comes at the beginning of next year, it doesn't matter. 2019 is extremely bullish on all fronts. And that's it. We get all of us are just, you know, with our assholes very tight, and we're walking around like if we have a potato chip in our ass and we don't want to break it. I get it. And we want the whole fucking thing to fall. Once that falls, we can loosen up again, and bam, it's back to easy money. Not easy money, but back to like an easy market, an easy whatever. Right now, we're just all kind of waiting for the whole fucking thing to crash, and that's it. And that's what's it's frustrating and get you, you know, upset, whatever, you know. Okay. You know. I gotta do like a compilation. You know what? I gotta get like a sticky note and put it here, and so I can stop saying it. All right, sorry. Note to self. Okay, guys. Before I go, Lambo wants to say hi. He just doesn't, you know, he's been missing out because some of you guys have been requesting, you know, this view. So now Lambo feels left out. So I had to give him some airtime. Remember, don't forget to subscribe to him on Twitter. He's a very, you know, he's on Twitter doing damage. Anyways, guys, whatever. I talk a lot of shit. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to please like, please subscribe, please share. Help keep support the channel by, you know, hooking me up on Patreon and everywhere else. I love you guys. I adore you guys. You guys are the best. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys later. Oh, by the way, we're going to have most likely an awesome show tonight. As usual, we had an awesome show last night. And all the live shows keep getting better. I want to give a shout out to everyone out there that has been helping out, doing all kinds of work. You guys know who you are. We meet up in the mornings on Discord. All right? And that's it. I think that's it. I'm trying to wrap this up because I got a lot of shit to do and I feel a little hurried. Tomorrow, better episode, I promise. Anyways, today was just a recap. Love you guys. Thanks again for being here. And I'll see you guys later tonight, as usual. Peace.
If you're not happy with the political system, which you're never going to be happy with, do me a favor. Get on a raft like the Cubans did. Leave your possessions. After Trump won, all these actors were going to move. We're going to move. We're leaving. Where'd they go? Nobody left. Mm-hmm. We're a bunch of fucking bullshit artists.
Right.
That's what we've become. A bunch of fucking faggy fucking bullshit artists. Again, I can't say the word faggot. I'm 55. For 30 years, faggot did not mean you were gay.
Not at all.
At all. It meant, you ever drive down the street and the ambulance is going by?
Yeah.
And you see a guy plugging his ears?
Yeah.
That's a faggot.
Right.
Okay, that's a faggot where I come from. When they cover their ears when the ambulance goes by.
Right.
You know? I am going to walk the walk and talk the talk. I live my life. I am an R-rated comic.
Right.
Adam Sandler said the best quote about me, when Joey Diaz walks in a room, it becomes R-rated by his mannerisms, and I'm not going to change now.